Trading, speculation, investing. Discover the most powerful techniques to generate profit in bull and bear markets. Hear from the most successful traders in the world. This Trader's Perspective podcast is brought to you by BBOD, the largest non-custodial crypto derivatives exchange worldwide. Go to bbod.io and start your journey to financial freedom.
Hello and welcome to this podcast hosted by BBOD to inspire and help traders succeed in the markets. My name is Luca and today we have Vladimir Ribakov. He is a self-taught former hedge fund trader and former trading room manager in a broker house with over 12 years of experience trading. He now trades forex for a living, owns a popular trading blog and club called the Traders Academy Club, and is a guest speaker and trading events around the world. So Vladimir, very warm welcome to you today. It's a pleasure to have you on the podcast.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Luca. Big pleasure to be here.
You're more than welcome. So the first thing I'd like to ask you is, could you please tell the audience how you got started trading and tell us a bit about the journey that you've been on?
Yeah, sure. Well, to be honest, it was, you know the saying, good things in life happen completely randomly without you planning them too deep. I was involved when I was, since I was a kid, I was always dreaming about making my success alternatively, not the way that my parents wanted and designed for me, but a bit differently. I'm sure I'm not the only one as a teenager dreaming like that. It's pretty
100%.
common. So somehow I started to read books, started to dream big, and I found myself doing MLM, multi-level marketing programs, with phone programs and some healthy nutrition things and so on and so on. I found myself wasting more time than I'm making profits. But the good things that did happen to me there, it's one of the attendees to this event, he started to do the Forex live events when Forex was still kind of in diapers, in all related to retail trading.
How long ago was that?
That was about 14 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
Well, yeah, it was still the days where you were calling your bank to make a transaction, right? The MetaTrader and everything was not as popular as it is today, so it was completely different trading than from what we know it as nowadays. But I got super excited back then. It's like, oh wow, trading, you can make a lot of money and so on and so on, right? They were also selling it properly, so I said, of course I'm coming. Well, long story short, I found myself in live courses. I was super high in terms of turning myself to successful. Like everyone else, I was mainly burning money, small accounts. I was very young. I don't have the money. So every
how many accounts did you blow at the start?
More than 10 for sure. It was pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were very small accounts, right? It wasn't. My motto, and this is the good part, I discovered from early stage. It was, if I cannot make it successful with small accounts, I would never be able to make it with big accounts. So before I was able to risk bigger money, I wanted to make sure I can at least survive with a small account.
Absolutely, yeah, I totally agree, and that's what I do at the moment, because I myself have blown a few accounts, and I restrict myself to a smaller account now.
Very good. It's everywhere in life. If you cannot make it with limited sources you have, you will definitely not be able to do it with bigger sources. Because if you cannot control the ones that you have, how would you be able to control much bigger tools and sources? So
your tip, oh no, go on.
Yeah, so that's all. After that, I was learning, asking, reading books, attending courses, everything available back then. YouTube channels and the podcast and whatever it is was not so popular, so I tried to gain the information as much as possible from books.
Yeah.
and so on. And I found myself learning a lot. And then lucky day came to me because a new company, new broker house that opened back then, they were hiring dealers. Dealers back then were the same guys that were calling clients to try and make them make positions.
Okay.
So I tried to apply. Luckily, I was good in the math and logics, and I was chosen among few of more than 300 uh, guys that tried to apply to the same position.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's all. That was my journey. That's how it began. And from inside, I started to see how traders really think, how clients really think, retail traders. And I found myself in this place where I asked myself, Vlad, how can you make money if you behave the same way that your clients do? Like, and they always lose money. So where is the logic here?
Really?
Right.
Wow.
And Einstein once said wonderfully, um,
Yeah.
it's silly to expect different results if you keep doing over and over the same thing.
Of course.
And I
Of
found
course.
myself asking this question exactly: how do I expect to make money if I keep doing the same over and over again, like retail traders? And that's what led me to divergences, to crowd trading, the mass trading, how the psychology works, where do traders fail and why do they fail, what are these specific levels, how they could be identified and recognized. And over the years, I started to
Nice.
develop my own techniques based on divergences. And
Yeah.
that's all. Since then, I just found myself moving into positions. I was never afraid of hard work, and there were days I was working from 6 a.m. till 1 a.m. if required.
Wow.
So success was in front of my
That's
eyes, and I would be ready to move mountains if required. So that's
that's
all.
amazing.
That's how it all
Great. I
started.
mean, I've got so many questions, but the one that stands out, I think, is how do you think, like, has trading changed much since you first got involved around 12 to 14 years ago? Like, has your strategy changed a lot, or is it still kind of more technical, as you said, or do you rely on fundamentals as well?
Fundamentals, I always love to stay connected with what is happening around me. To close your eyes
Yeah.
to reality isn't really smart. But I don't really rely on fundamentals. They cause much more, um, I call it
Like,
empty noise than
yeah.
they
Yeah.
really contribute. I'm a technical trader. I belong to those who believe that the fundamental events would be represented in a technical approach, in the price action. There's a
I
good joke,
agree.
if you don't mind me saying about fundamental technical approach. A banker
Yeah.
is calling his client, and Roberto, is that you? So, yeah, who is speaking? That's your banker. How are you? So, all good. How can I help you? So I have good news for you and I have bad news for you. Which do you want me to start with? So, oh wow, okay, let's start with the good news. Sorry, let's start with the bad news. So, okay, remember the stock I told you about on the previous call? So, yeah, of course. What's up with that? So, well, the bad news, the price is halved. So, oh my God, my life. What are the good news then? Well, the good news is that the fundamental still looks good.
Oh my God. That's
and
typical.
that's pretty much
Typical.
it. The fundamentals are always
Yeah.
lagging. They
Mm-hmm.
create the noise, and that's all. How the long-term impact would be, if it would be, you will see that in the charts. So, for your
Yeah.
question, did my techniques change? They mainly
Yeah.
developed. They did not
Yeah.
change. They mainly
Mm-hmm.
developed and improved. I always
Yeah.
am busy with filtering and improving myself to make conclusions from the actions I did, good ones and bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I mainly focus always on polishing things rather than change them or develop them
Yeah.
further.
Absolutely. And for our listeners, if they want to learn your strategies, can they follow the link in the description? will you provide some kind of link to your course?
Well,
Do you offer a course?
the thing here is that I'm like an open book. I run my
Yeah,
Traders Academy Club you mentioned before. This is a place
yeah,
where I run my live trading rooms on daily basis, and they all
great.
back up with trading reports. All my strategies and techniques that I use to spot the directions I'm going to trade based on cycles and divergences are inside.
Yeah,
So everything is
it's
available.
brilliant.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
nice. We'll definitely put some links in the description so
thank you.
people can find out more about that. So, the next question I want to ask you is, for myself personally, I think that controlling your emotions in a trade is probably the most difficult challenge I face when trading. Like your body wants you to do something, but your analysis tells you the opposite. So what do you think the biggest challenge is as a trader?
Well, first of all, I totally agree with you about emotions.
Yeah,
It's wow, it's a big subject, right? We can talk hours and hours just on that. The thing with the
of course.
emotions is the sooner you understand there will be emotions. Now, in every book you read, every article you read, every um, um, presentation you hear, you always hear things like avoid your emotions if you want to trade successful.
Mm,
It sounds
mhm.
good in theoretical part, but it's impossible, at least from my point of view, it's impossible to
Yeah,
implement. The reason is we are human beings, we are emotional creations, especially when the
yeah.
hard work money we earned is involved. How can we
Hmm.
not be emotional to that? So I found myself developing the skills to deal with the emotions rather than try to avoid them. What do I
Yeah,
mean by that? When you trade, certainly there are emotions. You feel high when you
yeah,
succeed. You feel low when you fail. You feel low when you are exhausted or tired from a day work after a fight with your beloved people. You feel high when your sports team win. All these little things. It might sound like a funny gimmick, but they really affect the way it goes in trading. The better
yeah.
you feel confident in everything related to yourself in life, the better your chances to be successful in trading. And by
Hmm.
saying that, I would suggest to everyone, rather than try to avoid emotions, try to understand how they affect you. And in the bad
Hmm.
times, avoid trading. I know
Yeah,
it says easy. It's easy to say, sorry, but it's hard to implement. But you need
yeah,
to try to focus what kind of emotions make you perform bad. Is it when you're hungry? Is it when you are tired? Is it when you did have a bad day at work? Is it because your team lost or whatever it is? All these kind of things make
mm,
you think negatively, and when you find yourself kind of in negative emotions, simply avoid trading. Not do not avoid emotions in trading. Avoid trading
yeah,
in emotional periods, and that's my personal. Now,
yeah.
asked what is the biggest challenge I face? Um,
Hmm.
so the answer would be here: not to force trading. And what do I mean by that? There is always
Mm.
a reason to find why to enter a trade. There is always a support level, always a resistance, always a candle pattern, always Fibonacci, always some forum, always something that will tell you there is a
Yeah,
trade. To be
for sure.
able to overcome that and to find a reason why not to trade, that's where the real art of trading is. And then once you are able
Ah,
to stick to the trades that you simply cannot find reasons why not to trade. When everything is simply synchronized perfectly for your setup, that's the ones that you will want to trade, and
wow.
that's a challenge.
So would you say you enter a trade when there are no reasons not to enter, or just
Correct.
very few reasons
Correct.
not to enter?
Few to
So
none.
you'd say few to none. Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard about that way of looking at it. It's very interesting.
Thank you.
Cool. So let's move on to I mean, you've been trading for a long time now. Do you think it's important to set goals for yourself?
Oh yeah.
And
Without setting certain goals, and especially realistic ones,
yeah,
you are moving in neutral. It's like when you are sitting in a car and just say, okay, let's drive. Where? I don't know. You just want to reach some place. What place? Same with trading. If you don't have your goals, clear limits, clear destination you are trying to aim, you are
yeah.
simply trying to push on neutral, and it's waste of time.
Mm. So what kind of goals did you set yourself, and what did you find? Like when you set your goals, did you achieve what you wanted, or did it take you a lot longer to achieve that?
My main goal was to reach the place where I do as minimal as possible mistakes, and
Mm.
I was never focusing on making money from trading.
Okay.
I was mainly focusing on making less mistakes, because when you do that, money will follow. Now,
Okay.
traders normally focus on making money. How do I make money? No one cares about how to prevent loss, how to cut it earlier, how
Mm.
to change your position or adjust your positions. No one is focused on that, and that's why the losses keep accumulating. I always was focusing on. Um, I believe in like, instead of improving one thing by 100%, I would rather prefer to improve 100 things by 1%.
Okay.
uh, and the total would be the same change. So I would always track record my performance and learn from the good trades and bad trades. Learn from what pairs perform the best for me, what time frames perform the best for me, what technical combination perform best for me, what type of strategies, what type of signs against me did I have or I did not have that caused a profit and loss. And when I was focusing on the little details that combine my trading, this is where the real change happened. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's pretty much what I would suggest.
That's great. I mean, because for myself, for the past year, I haven't been logging, documenting my trades at all. And since the last 2 months, I actually have. And until recently, I've actually been seeing quite good results
There you
from
go.
looking back,
There you go.
solving those problems.
That's how we learn. That's how we learn.
So yeah.
Okay.
Um, so what's your next goal then? What are you looking forward to do next in the next, 1, 5, or 10 years?
For myself,
Yeah.
uh, my personal rule in life is I keep doing what I do as long as I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I don't really set professional goals for
Mhm.
such long term, because I
Yeah.
count myself as, lucky enough to be one of those who reached their goals and the
Yeah.
place where I want to be. I'm knocking the wood, but I'm trading for a living. I'm doing it
Nice.
pretty well successfully. I run my business on the online business, on the educational part. I enjoy it so much. So as long as it is like that, I simply looking to continuously improve myself and the value I give to my followers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great, man. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luca.
Vladimir, please could you tell us how our listeners can maybe get more involved and learn to trade with you more?
Well, of course. First of all, there's the tradersacademyclub.com. This is my club. That's where I love. That's where I run my live trading rooms day after day. That's where my Telegram channels, full dedication to trading 24/7, are. There is a blog, VladimirRibakov.com. Very simple, like my name,
Yeah.
where I share the trading ideas day after day as well, and that comes is as posts. A lot of
Sure.
contents could be found there that would be definitely helpful for traders. And there is
Yeah.
my pretty popular trading YouTube channel, where
Oh,
I have
brilliant.
weekly forecast, daily trading ideas, a lot of webinars and educational videos. So I'm pretty everywhere,
That's
pretty much everywhere.
that's fantastic. So there's stuff for people who just want to like get a taster and if people really want to learn, they want to pay a bit more to get more from you, they can as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I'm
Perfect, Vladimir.
for both. Thank you, Luca.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure to talk with you today, and I hope our listeners enjoyed it. It's been a real pleasure for me.
I surely help. Thank you very much for your time.
That's
And for your
brilliant.
wonderful
That's
trading to
brilliant.
all. And thank you for listening.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you in the next podcast. Have a great day, guys. That's all for today.